How about a magic trick?
4. Stay on target.
3.
Fast
2.
I am the hope of the universe.
1.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Well, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to the MultiComicVerse podcast, a news and information podcast that's not only about comic books, but also movies, TVs, video games, and the multiverse that's around it all. My name is Chris, the creator, CEO of the MCV network, and joining me today, as always, is the host of the show, my right-hand man, the god of war, the Tenacious Angel.
Boy.
This is episode 159, 2019 Oscar nominations. Because we got to start off with movie news, and this is all about the 2019 Oscar noms that was just released to us this past week. And I must say, a lot of controversy for this year.
Incredibly controversial.
And we got to talk about the elephant in the room. Black Panther got a 2019 Best Picture nomination.
This has divided both spectrums of the movie-going universe.
Before I start stating my opinion, let me state facts. And some facts on this is, in the past 40 years, there have been only 3 movies that have ever won a Best Picture nomination where their director or their actors did not get a nomination. In the past 40 years, only 3 movies in history have ever done it. Quite honestly, if a movie gets a Best Picture nomination, but their director isn't even nominated for Best Picture, or none of their actors were nominated for Best Actor, or even Best Screenplay, no Best Screenplay nomination even, that kind of raises your eyebrow to make you think, why is it even up there?
That's true. A lot of movies that go on to win Best Picture do generally get nominated in other categories for various things.
Right.
So that is an interesting thought for sure.
So after that fact is out of the way, I'm going to state my opinion now. Black Panther wasn't even the best comic book movie of 2018. I really think it didn't deserve to be up there.
So, do I think the Black Panther deserves to win? Probably not. I mean, it was good. It was a good movie, for sure. But best comic book movie of 2019, let alone best comic book movie.
No, best movie in general of 2018.
Let alone best movie.
Yes.
Best picture of 2019. No, I don't think so. No, for sure.
No.
But, and here's the big but that I feel is really dividing, alone the comic book fandom, let alone the best picture community, is that this is a step in the direction the current culture wants.
Yes, but I'm a little concerned this isn't the best step that the culture needed.
Oh, no.
For the sheer fact that there is so much controversy behind it, it makes it feel as if it was a political move, whether it was or not. It makes it feel that it's only up there for its political status, not necessarily because it was a good movie. And I feel if that really is the case, that's a slap in the face for all comic book fans in general.
This is true. But regardless of whether it wins or loses,
it got the nomination.
A comic book movie got the nomination. It's where we want to be. There's movies throughout the years that were comic book movies that people feel deserved an Oscar nomination for Best Picture.
Oh, of course. Right off the bat, I would say Logan was snubbed for not getting a Best Picture nomination of last year. And then going back even further, I would say The Dark Knight Returns, or The Dark Knight was ripped off on not having a nomination. Saying that, yes, of course. But at the same time, I need to put myself in check and step back and take a look at the broader picture. Kind of like what you were saying, but even more so. Here we are in 2019, and we are now arguing amongst each other which of the 6 comic book movies that came out last year deserve to be on this pedestal. That is an amazing accomplishment and feat all on its own.
Yes.
I mean, granted, I wouldn't agree this is the right choice that was made.
No.
But for the sheer fact that we're arguing that this comic book movie is now getting an Oscar nomination and that we are arguing about which of the other comic book movies should be getting it as well, in my opinion, I honestly think none of them deserve Best Picture, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I will say, The Russo brothers deserved a nomination for Best Director for having to work with those many stars and that convoluted script to get everybody the proper amount of screen time, to get everybody the proper amount of storyline going around. Not everybody could be able to do and accomplish the movie the way they did it. I would say if there was a snub in the comic book movie genre, it was that the Russo brothers did not get Best Director's nomination. That's my opinion. A lot of people would actually argue with me. I can't be one of them because, unfortunately, I still have yet to see the movie. But that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse actually deserved to be Best Picture nomination.
At the very least, best animated movie for sure. Is it in
Oh,
best
for sure.
animated?
Yes, I believe it is in Best Animated.
Yeah, it deserves that one for sure. But yeah, I know a lot of people that would argue that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse deserves to be Best Picture of 2019. All in all I can say is that Black Panther is in the spot.
Mm-hmm.
And not that I believe it needs it, but if you want to continue to see comic book movies, especially the ones that deserve to be in this category, you better start saying Wakanda Forever right now.
See, there was a few movies that I was really surprised didn't get any nominations at all. One was A Quiet Place didn't get a nomination for Best Picture.
That is really weird.
I honestly expected that one to get a Best Picture nomination. And also the one actually multiple people are actually furious about, and is that Mr. Rogers, Won't You Be My Neighbor didn't get a Best Documentary nomination.
I didn't even know that was a category, but yeah, that
Yes.
makes sense.
Yes. And honestly, I haven't seen the movie yet. I know it's coming up on HBO in February.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, too, the thing with the Oscars is they don't do every movie. They only do the ones that are a part of the guild, you know?
Well, yes and no, because remember, this is thousands of professionals in this profession that nominate and vote for these movies. Now, you got to remember, I believe all of them vote for Best Picture, and yet only directors nominate for Best Director. Only screenwriters nominate for Best Screenwriters. You know, that's how they do their comparison. So if you had 16,000 directors in the Academy, they're the ones that voted on which ones they think are the best, and out of that category, how we get our nominations, and then they're added to everybody to vote from there. There's been people that's straight up saying, you know, I did watch Black Panther and I did love it. There are others that saying, yeah, I watched Black Panther and I really loved it, but they never even saw Avengers Infinity War.
That is true.
So because this movie was such a big eye-popping cultural event, that's why it's getting this movie buzz. And because it was that, others didn't get the recognition as they normally would. The only reason it got the recognition is because of it being this cultural event that it ended up being. To me, that's pretty sad. These guys should be watching all comic book movies, and they just bash on it because of the genre it's in.
Listen, man, good step. One good step in the right direction.
I will say the one category I did like that I found very competitive was Best Visual Effects.
Oh, what was that? Who's nominated for that one?
Ready Player One.
All right.
Christopher Robin.
Okay.
What was the next one? Avengers Infinity War. Solo, A Star Wars Story. Yeah, it was for sure those four, though, and it was super competitive. See if I can look it up real quick.
Ready Player One, Star Wars Solo, A Star Wars Story, Christopher Robin.
Oh, First Man. That was the one I was missing.
I didn't see First Man, but I think
Never did I, but it looked good.
First Man will probably win.
I don't know, dude. Avengers Infinity War, the way Josh Brolin did Thanos, dude, that looked amazing. Although I won't snub Christopher Robin because I've never seen the movie, but if you look at it,
Yeah,
they
it
did
looks-
a good job
it
with
looked
Tigger
really
and
good,
Pooh
like-
and all them.
The visual effects look good. If I were going to cast my vote in, though, it would probably be for Ready Player One.
Yeah, see? And honestly, if they give it Ready Player One, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. If they gave it to Thanos and Avengers Infinity War, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. If they gave it to Christopher Robin and the way they did Pooh, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. If they ended up giving it to First Man, it probably wouldn't hurt my feelings. The only problem I think I have with this category is probably Solo Star Wars story being in there.
Yeah.
And yet all the chase scenes that they had in that movie, can you really doubt it for not being there?
No, I can't at all.
So I would say this
finally saw that movie, by the way.
Oh, did you finally?
I thought it was really good. I don't know what...
Right?
People suck.
But yeah, it had a lot going for it. So this category, I would say it's a pretty tight race.
Yeah.
This is a
And
pretty
I
tight
feel
race.
like that's what the Oscars should really be about. You look at those categories and you're like, I see that. I see that. I see that. I understand this one's very controversial.
Yes.
Because of things going on.
Yes.
But I feel like that's what the Oscars is really about.
Yep. All right. Well, moving on. Now streaming on Netflix, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Angel, I know what you'll be doing for the next 5 days straight.
Oh, yeah. Be watching Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp back to back for the rest of the week. Get it while it's hot, folks, because it will only be on there for the next 7 hours, probably.
Would you like a juice box and some string cheese?
Do you seriously have that
stuff?
stuff? Yeah.
Next up, according to THR, Disney is expected to have the biggest presence in this upcoming Super Bowl and will showcase several of its upcoming event pictures through Super Bowl Sunday, including a TV spot for Avengers Endgame. Holy shit, dude! I really didn't think they'd do this.
Yeah, I didn't think they would do this either, actually.
If this is true, I'm super excited for it because when you think about it, the Avengers have always, well, for the past couple years, have always had a big presence at the Super Bowl. Infinity War did, and Age of Ultron did as well.
Oh, yeah.
So this doesn't really surprise me, but at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't have one because I don't know if it would have been necessary for them to spend the super amount of money it is for a 30-second TV spot.
Oh, yeah.
Even though they're saying it is only a TV spot, so we know it's only going to be about 30 seconds long. But it's not going to be a full trailer.
Nope.
Maybe some new footage just to tease us a little more. That's perfectly fine. But the one that came out of nowhere, for me anyways, was Universal confirming that Hobbs and Shaw was going to get a teaser trailer.
Yeah, I didn't expect that one either. But, I mean, with all the buzz revolving around that movie as of late, I mean, it makes sense.
I don't remember his name, but there is a WWE star that's currently up and rising right now. And he's actually The Rock's younger cousin.
Yeah, I can't remember what his name is.
I can't remember what his name is right now either. Anyways, he recently just stepped away from WWE because he was once again diagnosed with cancer.
Wow.
He's already beat it once, came back to wrestling, now is having to step away from wrestling a second time because the tumor or whatever he had came back. And he was talking in a press conference or interview, and, you know, he was basically telling everybody that he was going to have to step away from WWE once again because of these complications and this and that. And then towards the end, he's super, like, down to earth because he was straight up like, now, if you excuse me, I got to go kick the shit out of cancer once again.
Wow. Very well done.
So, yeah, apparently he's actually going to be in the upcoming Hobbs and Shaw movie as The Rock's, as Hobbs' younger brother.
Makes sense.
Now, apparently, Dwayne The Rock Johnson was trying to stall for this spot because he wanted Jason Momoa to play his younger brother.
Oh, man.
But apparently, Jason Momoa's movie schedules didn't work out, so he had to end up going to his cousin for this actual spot.
There's only one thing more infuriating than this information right here.
And
And it is also Super Bowl news. So I don't know how big of a Big Lebowski fans there are out there in this audience. I, for one, am a big fan of the Coen brothers and the Big Lebowski. So a while back, I think like last week, there had been some news about stating that Jeff Bridges had put on the dude costume again, and there was a project revolving around.
Yes.
Turns out that it was actually for a beer commercial for Stella Artois for the Super Bowl. And I'm fucking pissed. Oh my god. And it's so dumb because it just revolves around like famous fictional characters ordering a Stella Artois instead of their the drink that they're famous for ordering.
Oh.
So like the dude walks up to the bar and he's like, "Can I get you a White Russian, dude?" He's like, "No, let me get one of those Stella Artois." And I'm like, "You fucking assholes."
Well, sort of like last year when they teased that Chris Hemsworth was going to be doing Crocodile Dundee's son in the upcoming Crocodile Dundee, and it ended up just being like a little spoof.
Yeah, it was like a travel.
Right,
Yeah.
Travelocity one or whatever the case was. Yeah.
That sucks.
Next up, speaking of Jason Momoa, Aquaman officially becomes the highest worldwide grossing DC movie ever of all time by surpassing both The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Returns global box office this past weekend. Dude, this is huge for Aquaman.
Well done, DC. This is the kind of publicity you want. Make more movies like this.
Now, a lot of people are getting pissed off about this, actually.
Really?
Because they're saying that this movie doesn't deserve to pass The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Returns its global box office. But that being said, I will say this. Aquaman is still only, I believe, the 5th or 6th highest domestically in the DC universe. I mean, in DC. I believe The Dark Knight, Dark Knight Returns, and Batman v Superman still hold higher domestic totals than Aquaman still does.
Not to mention, come on, guys. We all know we like Batman better than Aquaman right now. So,
yeah, but it's, to me, I look at this and I'm like, fuck yes. This is amazing. I'm super glad for Aquaman.
Yeah.
I love the movie. It's totally deserving. And then you see people saying, oh, The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Returns were better movies than Aquaman was. And I was like, I think John Campea said it the best when he straight up said, there would have never have been an Aquaman if there was never a Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Returns to begin with.
yeah, true.
You know, there probably wouldn't have been a successful Marvel franchise if Batman didn't do so well in its Batman Returns, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Returns trilogy.
I mean, there'd probably be no Marvel universe if it wasn't for the success of Batman to begin with, because Batman's been making movies for a long time, man.
Right. But yeah, I say I applaud Aquaman for all this. I mean, keep going, dude. Keep making money. That's all I gotta say.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Well-deserved. Well-deserved.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
And that being said, Aquaman 2 is actually having a script officially in development. But James Wan, the current director, reportedly won't sign on to direct Aquaman 2 until he sees the script is good. Basically to his standards. I see this, I'm like, okay, good. If he signs off on it, that means he's pretty much confident in the movie that it's not going to be just a shit show thrown together. He actually has a plan, and he likes what's going on. He likes what's going on with the writing process. I would say just get Jeff Johns involved with the writing process, and it should be good to go. So, simple as that, man. Just get Jeff Johns involved.
Yeah.
Next up, Wonder Woman director says that Wonder Woman 3 will be placed in modern times, and she would like there to be no Justice League movies for at least a while. As Patty Jenkins said, it would be best to develop every character first. Angel, do you agree with Patty Jenkins' thought process here? Do you think they should just continue with making solo movies before they bring them all together for Justice League Part 2?
Yes. I think Patty Jenkins is a smart woman.
Mm-hmm.
She clearly knows what she's doing with the success of Wonder Woman.
And I also like the fact that it's Wonder Woman 3 is finally going to be in modern times. We're going into the 80s for the sequel, and then whatever happens, she's going to go into modern times from here. That's perfectly fine.
Oh, yeah.
Let's develop this, like she says, this character list. Although I will say not all of them not all of them need a solo movie. Like, as much as I would want a solo Batman movie, we technically don't need one.
No,
we need a
sure
Flash.
Not. Oh, yeah.
I would say we need a Green Lantern.
Oh, yeah.
We might even need a Cyborg.
Yes, for sure.
Batman and Superman may not have needs, but we need to at least see them soon. I think if we wait fucking 4 years for all these other solo movies to happen, and then we finally get Batman and Superman come in with the rest of the group, yeah, now I know why Henry Cavill's gonna bail on Superman, because they don't plan on making any Superman movies anytime soon.
Listen, man, in the great words of Tony Stark, to develop it like this is the way you want to do it. It's how Dad did it. It's how America does it.
All I'm saying is, let's just get on the ball and get more movies going at once, man. I want a Marvel type stature where I'm going to get 3 DC movies a year. Give me a continuing 3 DC movies a year and get them in the DC universe. Get somebody to helm and puppeteer all these to get together. Don't let the directors run the whole thing. Get a writer and treat it like a TV show where every movie's in continuation.
Throw your head in the ring, Chris.
I'll send in my resume. Next up, everybody is currently praising the Lego Movie's second part as it currently has a 90% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
You're goddamn right.
Damn, dude.
I had heard.
And the movie's what, still 2 weeks away?
Yeah, I had heard amongst like the reviewers and stuff that this movie is just as good as the first one,
Dude.
if not better. But
Dude.
this is awesome. Coming back to assure everyone that everything is still awesome.
Next up, we got our first Birds of Prey teaser trailer. And I must say, it goes by pretty quick. You got to watch it 2 or 3 times to be able to catch up on everything. So we're going to break it down for you. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, of course. It's interesting because we got her in a few different shots. One in a traditional Harley outfit, one in this party girl outfit, and the other in her holding a baseball bat and like just yellow sports bra like.
Yeah.
So it shows her different types of characterizations that she's going through this movie. Ian McGregor as Black Mask.
He looks menacing as hell, man. I'm pretty excited about this.
I wonder if he's gonna have an American accent or an English accent.
He'll probably have an American accent, and I hope he goes for like this slick New Yorker.
Oh, dude, if he does
like,
that'd be cool.
Scumbag type.
Although
accent.
I wouldn't. It would not hurt my feelings if they gave him like an Irish accent.
Oh, I wouldn't hurt my feelings either. Actually.
That would be pretty badass. Few images of upcoming Black Canary. Few images on the upcoming Huntress.
Oh my god.
Both of them.
Elizabeth Winston.
Both of them look good. Both of them straight up look good. Renee Montoya actually drinking straight out of I believe it was Jack Daniel's bottle.
Yeah.
Looked pretty interesting. And a quick shot of Victor Zsasz. Little, not as many scars on him like I would expect.
Yeah, I kind of wish they would have took the shot without the jacket on or something, so we could see the scars on his body.
That would have been cooler. And then a young Cassandra Cain.
Yeah.
So supposedly the way the storyline looks like it's adding up is that Harley Quinn has to team up with Black Canary and Huntress to save young Cassandra Cain, who supposedly witnessed or is part of a big deal that Black Mask is trying to kill. I don't know if Victor Zsasz is working for Black Mask or if he's a separate villain on his own. Renee Montoya is some drunk police officer in Gotham who literally is in over her head, and I'm assuming she's going to try to be the level head when it comes to trying to control Black Canary, Huntress, and Harley Quinn and it all. I will say having a young Cassandra Cain kind of narrows it down to the point that maybe these are all young characters. Maybe we're not getting a full developed Black Canary and Huntress. But I will say that there wasn't a shot of Oracle in this.
No.
And we were supposed to get like maybe a Barbara Gordon in this movie still. Interesting as hell though, because there's few shots of Harley Quinn that was released separately on her personal, I don't know, I think it was Instagram.
Yeah.
And Harley Quinn had a little necklace on that had like a little bone on it. And it was really surprising because if you stop and zoomed into the necklace,
it says Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. I expected to say Puddin'. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, it said Bruce. Very interesting. And then if you look at all the shots and zoom in on Cassandra Cain's cast, Black Canary drew a bird on it. There's a gun for Renee Montoya. Huntress has like an arrow on it. Harley Quinn has like random stuff on it. It's funny as hell. So each of them had something meaningful on her cast. It seemed cool as hell. I'm interested to see what a trailer is going to look like though.
For sure.
I mean, seeing all these pictures, these look good. But to be honest with you, seeing these pictures looks like a CW show to me.
It does kind of look like a CW show, like a high-end CW
Yes.
show. Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what the trailer is going to look like, because that's what's really going to win me over. Next up, a Detective Pikachu sequel is said to be already in the works. We haven't even got the first one yet.
I know, that's nuts, man. It's nuts that they're already working on a second one, and the first one has not come out yet.
Dude, this is so, like... Okay, to me, let's just make a good first movie first.
Yeah, let's get a good
Let's just get a good
Pokemon
Detective
movie,
Pikachu movie first. I don't know, dude. We'll see. Next up, we got our first concept art for Tom and Jerry live-action / animated hybrid film. Yeah, it kind of looks like a regular Rocky and Bullwinkle type.
Yeah, it does. It really looks like when they were doing the Rocky and Bullwinkles and when they did like the Yogi Bear movie
Right.
and stuff like that.
I know this is just concept art. I'm waiting to see how the trailer comes out, though. To be honest with you, I don't think Tom and Jerry is something that needs a live action.
I don't think so either.
But, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Next up, Zombieland 2 has officially been titled Zombieland Double Tap, sharing its hashtag 10-year challenge. Angel, you see this. What do you think about it?
So, it's definitely interesting in the fact that everybody looks edgier.
Yes, everybody seems to be wearing darker, like all black this time.
Yeah, everybody looks a little darker this time around. I'm glad to see Woody Harrelson, though. I don't know why, though. Tallahassee's easily my favorite character in that entire movie. I really enjoy the fact that they're calling it Double Tap because it plays on the whole like double tap concept from the first one.
Right, and it keeps it in continuity
Yes.
from my visually inspecting.
I also thought it was interesting that they essentially made them do the same pose from the first movie trailer, movie poster.
Yes. Also, Zombieland Double Tap has officially added Rosario Dawson to the ensemble. Yeah, it looks like she's not doing any Netflix shows anymore.
Not doing anything on Netflix.
So, yeah, it'd be good to see her in this. I would love to see where she's going to fit in, because I wonder if she's going to be a love interest for Tallahassee then.
Maybe.
I mean, why
Possibly.
not?
You
Why not?
Can't have Emma, so.
And, you really can't be too picky right now.
Yeah, it's the end of the world, man. You got your Twinkie, Tallahassee.